On February 1st, Paul J. Sutera is the new Senior Vice President of Advancement and External Affairs here at Iona College, and we are very thankful that he agreed to sit down and do this interview with ICTV. Mr. Sutera, and welcome to Iona College, because you are about 12 days in at this point, right? So how's everything working out for you?
Things are going great. The reception from the Iona community as a whole has been extraordinary. Even from the beginning, during the whole interview process, there's this spirit amongst the Iona community that's infectious.
Right. Well, I mean, it's quite a title that you have. And maybe for those that don't know what Advancement and External Affairs is, maybe you can explain some of that.
Sure. Advancement and External Affairs encompasses advancement, so that's the fundraising, the development, alumni relations, that's working with our alumni and helping them be participants back in their college and their alma mater. We have college communications that does the messaging and the marketing of the institution as a collective group, and then our public affairs, which is able to talk to the external environment about the exciting things happening on this wonderful campus.
Well, you have quite a background. You were chosen as vice president through an international search, which I find very interesting. Care to explain why you were interested in this position and how you were chosen?
Sure. Iona College used a search firm in order to bring the caliber of participants together. I came from a different state, the next state over of Connecticut, so my international piece wasn't that large or long going, but I think the pool of candidates went from the West Coast to the East Coast and far and wide. What was exciting about this position was truly the opportunity. You have an incredible, dynamic leader in President Dr. Nair, who's been here 7 months and really has a great vision for where Iona College should go and could go. And so that was a piece that was very exciting to me at the time. And as I met more and more of the players and the participants, I said, you know, I feel like I could really make a difference and participate in the Iona fabric. And so here we are today, 10, 12 days in.
And you've told me that you received a really warm welcome and you've been embraced on this campus, so that's great to hear. Tell me a little bit about your town, where you were brought up. You said you come from Connecticut, and it's different around than here. I know I'm actually a little familiar with Wallingford.
Okay, well, good. Full disclosure, I guess, I was born in Astoria, Queens, and grew up in Long Island, so I am a New Yorker.
So she is a New Yorker.
I lived for about 6 years in Connecticut, went to school in Connecticut, did an undergraduate as well as master's degree. And then my wife and I, we said we would take an experience and an opportunity, and we traveled to Houston, Texas, where we thought we'd be for 2 years, but wound up spending a decade. And then 4 years ago, we moved back to Connecticut. So we have lots of Northeast roots and family and friends, as well as we've been throughout the country, and really have had lots of experiences that kind of help and participate in this world of advancement and external affairs.
Right, and you mentioned Houston, Texas, because you were a member of the faculty at Rice University.
Correct. We lived, my wife and I actually started in the realm of student services. So we actually lived out of our 10 years, 5 years on the college campus. So we were an integral part of that Rice experience. I worked in varying fundraising positions in addition to student services, and working with about 130 students with transferable skills in creating revenue streams on that campus. I went and became a student affairs fundraiser. From doing student affairs work, I worked in the annual giving realm. From annual giving, we had a new president come on who wanted to double annual giving. I became something called a leadership giving officer. From there, each time we thought it was time to move on to the next experience, Rice was very nurturing and kept on providing more opportunities. My last almost 5 years there, I was the associate athletic director in charge of all of their athletic fundraising. Wow. So we had a wonderful time there and enjoyed the experience with the students, the alumni, and the community as a whole.
It sounds like a very generous school.
It was. It was a wonderful place, and we can't say enough nice things about it.
That's great. Well, next up was Quinnipiac University. So now you're back to Connecticut. Now you're in Connecticut.
Back in the Northeast.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So you served as Associate Vice President for Development. Tell me, during your time there, you did have a lot of responsibilities. As many as Rice University, or was it a different?
No, it's a different size fundraising operation. To give you a sense, when I was at Rice University, we were about 135 full-time employees doing fundraising activities and work. And then going to Quinnipiac, we were a staff of 25. Staff of 25 is similar to what we have here, 2,700 undergraduates, 1,700 graduate students. Yet a very powerful and supportive alumni base, which is what we hope to find here at Iona College. Again, in my short time with the interview committee, we had board of trustee members, we had alumni, and lots of them showed that they truly care about Iona College with their time, their talents, and their treasure.
That sounds great. All right, we're going to pause and take a break, and when we come back, Mr. Sutera will tell us what he plans to accomplish here at Iona. Part 2 coming up.